What's up? What's up? You're tuning in to the best podcast in East Texas, Teams TV. Shout out to Teams TV. Come get you an interview.
Whoa, now what's the motherfucking K deal? Welcome back to Teams TV. We got a very, very, very special guest in the building today. We got Mama Scott, the legendary, the head honcho, the go to East Texas. In the building. How you doing, Mama Scott? What's going on with you?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Sheldon
Man,
Vibes?
I'm good. This is an honor. I can't tell you how much. I can't express to you how much this is an honor. I appreciate you. We got you. You done signed the Wild and Sheldon Bootleg ass studio. You done made my day. You done made my year.
Well,
For
thank you,
sure.
Sheldon.
That's what's up, man. So who is Mama Scott? For those who don't know, let the world know who Mama Scott is.
Man, I'm just a normal nigga. Grew up in East Texas, born in Henderson, raised in Tyler. Now I reside in Longview. Just a regular mother, wife that have extraordinary expectations of people that have the talents that I see around me, starting with my own sons and then just going off into artists like Lookout Trilly and other artists that I've been blessed to meet along the years. And it's just so much talent in East Texas. And I'm a musician myself. So I seen it in so many, and it made me want to pour the hope and the aspiration off into so many artists out of East Texas, because we've never really just had somebody major within the last 20 years, I know, to blow. So,
Right on, right on.
yeah.
And we appreciate the work you do out here.
Yeah,
We done
thank
mentioned
you.
your name, I don't know, at least 100 times over here on Teams TV. We just getting started. It probably would have been a whole lot more, you know what I'm saying, by the time we got you. We was trying to get you here, and we glad we got you.
Thank you.
And the stars done finally aligned. But yeah, Mama Scott, we definitely we appreciate your work. Now you mentioned that you was an artist yourself.
Yes.
I didn't know that. As long as I've known you, I didn't know that you was an artist. So you done dropped some music in the past, or are you still dropping music?
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't dropped music in a long time, but
Uh huh.
I've been singing since a little bitty kid. I mean, all the
Okay.
way through high school. Musically, I'm blessed in the voice area as well as instrumental. So I used to be in band and choir, and also church choir all my life. So it's just by nature, it's natural to me.
Okay. Okay. So what instrument did you play?
Clarinet.
Okay, that's what's up.
I sat first seat. John Tyler High.
Daddy always been the lead. You always gonna stand out for sure. She say she gonna do it. She gonna put her
Stand on
all
that.
to it.
Shout
That's
out to
what's up.
the late John Samples. Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Okay, okay. So growing up, what was your parents like? Did you grow up in a two-parent household? You know what?
I did. My biological dad, I lost him when I was 4 years old. Then my mom remarried when I was 8 to my father. That's who raised us, me and my brother, Jason. And then we had another sibling, Leonard. My father is now deceased, Lonnie Green, but that's who raised us. He's from Karnak. And he did a wonderful job. We grew up. My mom is a very spiritual person. She's been in church all her life, never worldly, never drink, never smoked. I'm totally opposite of my mom. She's more mild mannered. She doesn't curse, any of that. Y'all will be like, this is switched at birth type shit. But literally, I'm the opposite of my mom. But then I have a lot of traits of my mom as well. And my stepfather was an awesome father. So
That's what's up.
yeah,
Okay, okay. I can understand it. Now,
yeah,
my parents they don't drink or smoke either, but
yeah,
you will find me having a smoke here and there.
yeah, yeah.
You
Ain't nothing wrong
know,
with it.
that's what's up. Okay, okay. So you the founder of Fast ENT, is that correct?
No.
Okay, who's the founder?
So the founder is AJ1K and
Okay,
his sister. It was originated out of Jackson, Mississippi originally, and I had two sons that had labels. DJK had a label called DJK Music. AJ1K had Fast Entertainment. Well, over the years, AJ1K resided in Mississippi, and we were here, but I would always get him throughout the summers so he could spend time with his older brother, Franchise. And when he moved here permanently, we just decided to go with one name, and FAST stood for Family Always Stick Together, and that's what we took instead of just DJK Music. It just fit us as an umbrella for the whole label.
Right.
So shout out to them for originating it. But I ended up LLCing it, and I put the investment into it to give it the buzz. So shout out for the origin of Mississippi, but Texas is what got it cracking.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout out to AJ1K
Yes.
and his sister for
Yes.
founding Fast ENT.
Yes.
All right. So, did you know that this would turn out as big as it is when you started to invest in this?
No. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I still don't. I didn't. AJ1K actually is the one that asked me to get involved with managing them. Franchise and DJK did not want me to manage them. I'm their biological mom. They've been doing music. Well, actually, DJK started the music. AJ1K and Franchise was playing basketball. Okay,
Okay.
but it's always been DJ's passion from years ago. He didn't see anything but music. While they were athletes, so they kind of found their niche doing what he does, and all of them like the music, and all of them are very good in what they do. They're very different. So when he asked me, I went ahead. I was losing my job at Ball Corporation here in Longview, and it was a life change for me because they shut the plant down here in Longview, and I just took my 401k and said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go on and put it off into y'all. Y'all been doing this shit since y'all was kids. I'm gonna take a chance on y'all. So unlike probably a lot of other parents, I had a great husband that had a great income at the time at Trinity. He could carry the weight of my household, and he allowed me to do me. Thank you, Ray. And I ended up unselfishly investing in each one of my sons. At the time, we were pushing AJ1K the hardest because he had the most content, and we all decided as a family we were going to push him. So, and it just grew from there. And then that's how I met Trilly, and Camp Nowhere, and so many others in East Texas, Sheldon Vibes, everybody from East Texas. So, no, I had no idea it was going to blow up and be like this. I didn't.
Man, not for real. And definitely, I remember that phone call, man. I was sitting in the studio. I forget who in the studio I was recording at the time. But Trilly called me. He was like, "Hey man, I got somebody I want you to meet." And me being me, he already know how I was. I was like, man, I was like, man, I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? But Trilly, being Trilly, and I know who Trilly is, if he say somebody is worth whatever, so I'm going to give him my time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, because he was trying to get me to perform, and I didn't really want to perform, that's what it was. And he put you on the phone.
Yeah.
I ain't going to say I didn't want to perform, but he knew the impression that I might have about performing. Okay, and so he put you on the phone, and instantly, just over the phone, we meshed. You know what I'm saying? We just locked in.
Yep.
And it just felt like we knew each other forever. Since I met you, it's been like
been
that,
natural,
And I feel like you had a relationship with not just me, but with a whole lot of us out here, And that's why everybody love you so much around here.
Thank you.
And you do it selfishly, if that's the word that I want to, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So what are some of the artists out under Fast ENT?
Currently, I just have 4, and that is my 2 sons, my stepson, and my Kyle Trilly, my brother. So, and Trilly at the time. I had another one solo, but he's being a father in another state right now. Shout out to Solo. And The Journey is currently doing her own separate mission with her mom and stuff. So we wish her the best as well. So right now I just have 4.
Okay. And The Journey, they was once under Fast ENT, correct?
Yes.
Right on. Now we did have Camp Nowhere coming up out of Fast ENT, and I would say he had a whole lot of support out of East Texas, not just Longview. I would say East Texas.
Yeah.
Why we not seeing more camp? Like, what's going on? Do you know anything about?
I don't know details. I just know he's currently incarcerated somewhere trying to get his life together, I hope.
Okay.
He's one of the most talented creatures I've ever been able to work with as far as his talent. He's a massive artist for East Texas, so hey, I wish Camp come out and get back refocused and go ahead and actually go to his highest height in this. He has a lot of potential.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that phone call that I got from Trilly, he was trying to get me to perform at what would be known as the infamous, and I'm using infamous to, the big
Yeah.
fast bash, that I didn't know would turn out to be as big as it is today.
You were part of the first one.
I was part of the first one, and so that
Yes.
phone call, you called me and you gave me your blessing. You wanted me to
Yep.
perform, and so I performed, and I'm glad that I did. It was a historical moment of
Yes.
East Texas. What made you start that? Like, what possessed you
Well,
to start something so epic?
well, I tell you what. At the time, which is about 6 years ago, as you all can recall, if y'all are from here, it was a lot of murders going on, a lot of killing, unsolved murders in the city of Longview just by itself.
Yeah.
Senseless murders, I want to call it. And I wanted to create, along with investing something in my kids, I had a potential investor that ended up being not a great investor, which is Truckers Cafe out of Dallas, Texas. Called, found me on my face because I used to go live a lot while I was at work, listening to my kids' music, and he actually found me on Facebook, Jelon Woods. Okay, so he ended up, him and his wife Paulette Johnson, calling me saying, "Hey, we want to invest in your kids." I thought it was like a joke. I was like, "Yeah, right, right, whatever." So at this time, I told you I had just met Trilly. He was in a group called the Umbrella Group at the time when I met him with L.A. and what's the other two people? L.A. Chris London and my baby. I'm there in Houston. Dominique.
Dominique.
Dominique Adams.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, when I met Trilly, it was a natural thing with us as well. So he's just been a neat guy. My kids say that's mastermind. So that's what everybody knows him
Yep,
as,
that's
is
how I met him. His
mastermind.
mastermind.
And they was like, yeah, everybody know him, Sheldon. They got the name, and cause my kids know the history of Longview. You gotta understand, I'm 55, so I'm having to learn all of this stuff real quick. Like, who is that? Where they from? Let me hear their music. Da 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 da. So they ended up wanting to invest, and I used to go to his meetings, with Trilly meetings, and I was like, he was the one who gave me the idea, like, you need to have some type of event if they're gonna come down here, cause everybody thought I was crazy, like, for real. They was like, what? They looking at me, I'm like, yeah, they gonna come down here, we gonna have this thing at the park, and I was like, everybody looking at me like, she's fucking crazy, we ain't never heard of no shit like this, and I was like, no, they're gonna come down here with these food trucks, and I'm gonna get all the artists in these Texas, we're gonna go out there to the park, and then when Trilly mind goes to getting involved, and it goes even worse, cause he was like, yeah, we can do this, and we so
Yeah.
he made me like really go like, like, and him and my husband, between the both of them and my kids, we didn't have a budget at all. I didn't know nothing about what no budget was back then, bro. All I know, I was writing checks, bouncing bills, and some more shit to try to make this shit happen. Working a lot of overtime, putting in the work to put into this event because we had potential investors wanting to come down that we thought, which ended up not being a great entity. I almost split my kids up because there was a bunch of bullshit going on during that time. We fell apart on the internet,
Oh, I do remember that. I
Yeah,
remember
it
some of
was
that.
it's real shit because when money comes into play in anything, it can divide you or bring you together. And over my period of time, with that, seeing how Fast Bash came together, it pretty much like it divided us with the thought of it, because when you're not used to something and you're hungry for it and you broke and you want things to happen, everybody's excited about somebody putting a lot of money into you. But needless to say, it was behind them coming to want to invest, and then they gave a lot. So let me not just focus on the negative of them too, because with me being who I am, Paulette, she's already involved in a lot of stuff in Dallas, Texas. She's like, "You're so cool. We want to do something for the youth out there for you." And I thought she was, I was like, "Man, ain't nobody finna be doing this." She said, "We want to give away some gifts to your college students and to your high school kids." I was like, so I just remember everybody thinking I'm crazy as hell for even talking about this. Then I go to talking about we gonna give away 20 sets of refrigerators and microwaves to college students. We giving away $500 gift cards to Walmart to the high school students. So they actually came. They
Okay.
came with the food trucks. They came with all the refrigerators and the microwaves and the gift cards for kids. They honored it, except for the out of state kids that they did not honor, which I didn't like. But that's what made us create Fast Bash because of the investment initially that was going into fast entertainment. Okay, and my sons, franchise DJ and 1K, they said we don't want it to just be about us though. We want to involve everybody, give everybody the chance to come out and have a good time. So they are the ones that wanted to include East Texas artists, especially Longview artists at the time. And I was like, we just started adding ideas and stuff to
Yeah.
it. And then I was like, well, this is a great time for me to get out there in that park and talk to their asses and tell them to quit killing each other. That was
Yeah.
my goal, to have the platform to get out there and talk and say, hey, put the guns down and come together. That's what my purpose was, and I used that to be able to be a voice for the young black males in East Texas. And we did that. We successfully completed a 9-hour day out there in the park
Man,
in
yeah,
the
9 day
heat.
plus maybe.
July is always the week of July the 4th, so it was hot as hell out there. But we had did tents. We tried to do what we could, Gatorades and what. Nobody complained. We was there from noon to 9 and 10 o'clock that night at Fast Bash, and it was just no security. Let me say that. The newspaper showed up to get the footage. It was a lot. It was a lot of positive stuff that came out of that first one, and I think that's what woke the region up, is to say, hey, we ain't never had nothing like this in a long time. I ain't gonna say they never had it, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think they've ever had it in East Texas.
No, I don't think so either. Not homegrown like that either.
Yeah.
If anything, we've had artists come in, but we haven't had an event based for, you know, us to have a good time, violence, put the guns down type of event. We haven't had that, which I think it was dope. And
Thank you.
speaking of the news, I was trying to get the news station that I was working with previously to cover one of the bigger fast bashes after that.
Yeah.
And them, they just kept on shooting it down. They act like they was taking the information, but they never bid on it. And
Yeah.
I felt like they was just they lost.
That's right, because a lot of it they want to focus more on the negative part of what young blacks do, but it's hard for them to focus on the positive things. Positive is always a slow traveling type of news, but anything negative is gonna be out there fast, and they're gonna
Right.
keep it out there. They're gonna air it all the time. But shout out to them. We just gonna prove them wrong and keep going
Yep. For sure,
as
for
we've
sure.
been doing.
And it
Yeah.
is now, I believe, is the biggest annual hip hop event in East Texas.
Yeah, I
You
think in
know?
the state,
Yeah,
for
okay.
sure.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I've been to Houston. I've been to Dallas. Ain't nothing touching East Texas.
Right on, right on.
Especially with production and the amount of talent that y'all possess. All the people coming together. Finally, we're all seeing the vision. Shout out to all my bloggers, all the DJs, the club owners, my security team. Shout out to everybody that's a part of this, because it takes us all. So
100.
yeah.
100. Now, Fast Bash 21, that was a real large.
Oh man.
That was the one the last one I went to, because I was unfortunately unable to make it to this previous one. But Fast Bash 21, speaking from experience, I was there. It
Yes.
was a real nice turnout,
Yes.
and it was everything I knew it was gonna be plus more, And so I met Charleston White. I had one of that was I ain't gonna say that was my first video that went viral, but it was one of my first
Yeah.
videos that went viral. So shout out to you for that.
Yeah.
And I shouted y'all out in the video,
Yeah.
of course. But there was a situation that had happened at the Fast Bash, and it got it shut down. Would you like to disclose on what happened?
Oh man, it was several things that had happened at the Fast Bash. To me, it's several contributing factors that went towards that, because the hotel manager at the time, Megan, made us feel real comfortable that everything would be fine. Me and Trilly went there several times, walked the premises, and the hotel was like, "No, we're used to that. Can you accommodate us? It's going to be a large crowd. Going to be a lot of celebrities in the building. It's going to be a lot of us." Rappers is gonna be. I let them know.
Us being
Point
black,
blank.
huh?
Yes, and so Trilly is my witness of that, and that staff there at Longview at the Holiday Inn is witnesses as well, unfortunately. But she went ahead and we went ahead with everything. When I first got there though, Sheldon, no lie, when we went to price the building, I mean, I'm just gonna give you some examples of how I feel like we get treated as a race. When we got there, I asked how much was it to rent the venue. And she says, "Oh, it's 4,000." I said, "I'll pay it today." So when I said that, she's like, "Oh no, you don't have to pay it today. You can wait." I was like, "No, I don't want to wait. I'll pay it today," because I already knew you shot me a number out there that you thought I wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Right.
That's why you said that. Where I've talked to several people that have said, they charge you that much? Oh, I never got charged like that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I'm like, yeah, she didn't even ask, she just shot me a number out there because most people, including myself, wouldn't have had it. But at the time, I had it. Yeah, so it shocked her a little bit. So, but anyway, we booked the building. Not only we booked the building, I bought 20 hotel rooms out above the event center to make sure that the noise from the event wouldn't disturb their people. Okay, so
Right
I
on.
so I bought out all the rooms above that event center that day. But that night, everything was going okay. They kept nitpicking. It was nitpicking stuff going on throughout the day. As soon as we started, I had a production team come out of Dallas. A lot of y'all remember had men up in the air with the headsets ready. We were going live. Supposedly had went live that night nationwide at 8 o'clock. I spent 20 grand in that production company
Decent.
alone. Shout out to Doug from Artistic Visuals out of Dallas, Texas. Him and Space Boy Fresh and all that crew that came down and spent hours setting us up that morning. Because I wanted East Texas to have a red carpet like event, and I wanted the world to see that these artists deserved it. And I know like that was going to be my gift to my artists in East Texas, like y'all deserve this. And they never got a chance to even experience it because we literally got shut down. The competition part was going to be aired after they completed the production. So all of them would have been on a wide scale range had we been able to complete it. But they were nitpicking saying that we had underage people drinking and they were being ID'd at the bar. Everybody had bands on. There was no problems, no fights, no confrontations, no nothing. Then a few minutes later, they came to me and told me I was going to have to evacuate the premises immediately because they had caught someone out in the foyer selling weed or whatever the case may be. But that person was already apprehended. The police had took them out and arrested them, and the situation was an isolated incident. Well, because of that thing right there, she shut my entire event down. The event was packed. My headliners was showing up. I'm gonna tell you how I started out with people, and the names I'm fixing to call, you're gonna see how much they've elevated. Bubba Dub was there. Okay,
Man.
look at Bubba Dub now.
Yeah, look at God.
Never got a chance to host. He was my host.
That would have been big for Longview.
Charleston White was there. Look at Charleston now. Everybody in the world knows who Charleston White is right now.
Yeah, everybody.
Be it good or bad. Bebe from K104 was there. Every blogger you could think of, real life street stars was there. Boss
Decent.
Talk 101 was there. Trill Talk No Pill Talk was there. Man, Press Box. It was everybody you could think of. Takeover TV. Just every blogger from everywhere was there supporting, and we looked so amazing. The building was beautifully decorated. Shout out to my entire team that helped me do that. Regina, Pete, everybody. Truly. We spent a lot of hours, manpower hours, into this event to make it be what it was. I mean, it was something you've never seen before. Like you come in, y'all remember it was balloons everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful. The lighting that they performed on the stage was
Oh, it
different.
was nice.
It was amazing, and to have that shut down, I cried in my sleep for like 2 weeks after because it was like a fucking nightmare. And we had Joey Miller and his security team there that was doing security along with Mr. Fagan's security, level 4 security, had the ability to apprehend both of them. Then you had the Longview Police Department that was there as well that came out because we had we had a few haters on us at that time. And I had a guy that had threatened my life from here in Longview. I'm not going to mention his name because he don't deserve it. But he threatened my life and he had the audacity to show up at the event. Like, are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to, no, get him out of here. So Longview Police was called, but he was already gone. So they decided to hang out. They asked me, is it okay? I said, yeah.
Oh, the police?
Yeah. So, but they
Yeah.
weren't tripping with us. They
That's
weren't,
what's up.
they was like they was tripped out about how nice it was. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So after we abruptly got put out, I didn't get to give out trophies. I didn't get to. I mean, literally, I told him, I said, I'm not getting off the stage until I can announce my winner from. Yeah, we and none of my team got to perform. Lil Ronnie was there, Al D,
I
Bigger
fortunately
Bag
got to
Tim.
perform.
You did get to
I got to
perform,
perform at Fast Bash 21. Me and
man.
KJ, me and Keynote, yeah.
Ro Tarantino. It was a lot of Smitty Hawkins. Then we had Tech Luwop. We had Sancho Saucy. Uh, Bugatti Casino was en route to come. We had Tech Luwop. It was a lot of people. They didn't get to perform at all. Nobody did, and it was heartbreaking. And we, like I say, they was making fun of us when we was trying to pack our stuff up. It was very, very racial driven. I'm gonna say that. Nobody can tell me no. They didn't want to use a race car. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't find a parking spot in the parking lot. People were parking
Man,
from the restaurants walking down to the event. And I just personally feel like when at night the crowd grows
it got bigger.
and it was bigger, and I believe in my soul they just was intimidated by a bunch of us. And hey, they just found that one situation that they could have a reason to put us out. Didn't matter how much money I invested in the event. And this is another thing. I was not capitalizing anything. It was my give back to East Texas. The event was fully free that year. I
Yep.
didn't charge a dime for nobody to come through the door. Vendors was out there in the hallway. We had like 10 or 15 vendors out there. It hurt my heart because they had it set up so nice at their own stations and stuff down at hallway. It affected a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I currently have a lawsuit out behind that I've just recently won. And now it's just a matter of me getting funded.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that was my next question.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I saw
Yeah.
a while back that you had posted that that you had won that lawsuit.
Yeah.
So you still waiting
Still
on?
waiting to get funded because on anything like lawsuits, if anybody's ever experienced it, even just like car accidents, they drag their feet on giving you your money, boy. You be
Yeah.
sitting like, damn, how long gonna be? I know I'm coming into this money, but how long gonna be?
Right.
But whenever God gets ready to release it, I'll be able to use it. I'm going through other situations right now, so I just feel like, hey, just hold off on that. And when you bless me, I'm gonna need it. And when I come back, I'm gonna come back 10 times harder.
I do understand. I do
Yeah.
understand. Yeah, man. Fast Bash 21. That was a real nice event. Like
Yes.
once you turned into the parking lot, I immediately forgot I was in Longview. It just the whole scenery just seemed different. And I forgot. And I had to remember where I was at. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, I'm in Longview. Like this is really nice.
Yes.
And I appreciate you for
Yeah.
letting me be a part of the first one.
Yes.
So it grow whatever it grows into. You know how big it gets. I was
Yes.
always a part of the first one. So did the city of Longview, did they pretty much turn their back on Fast Bash after that?
They've never really got involved with Fast Bash. The city
Okay.
of Longview. I've never had any funding, never had any sponsors, and nobody's ever really just. The only sponsors I've had was people that's attached to us, like personal people with volunteer stuff. But as far as like any type of stores and stuff like that, we just never had the backing of, hey, y'all doing this, and they knew about it. We used to go to people. And even all the way down to the people we rented the stuff from, like, hey, y'all want to contribute anything? It's like pulling, teeth with people. They don't want to help when it's something, like I say, for us.
Right.
So we have to do what we can do and have our own resources and still make it happen because ain't nobody going to do it if we don't. And that was one of the changes. A lot of people are not like me, okay? I took literally 100% of what I had, 100%, not fraction, and poured it off into this region and to my kids and my family and friends because I know that you can't take this shit with you, and I think different, than most. And I feel like the outcome and the results of me being that way is showing in several different people, whether they give me my credit or not, because it's more than me. It's me and my team, my family, my friends that believed in my vision and believed in these kids, believed in themselves enough to say, hey, we're going to bleed over and make this stuff really happen and make it do what it do. Because Fast Bash was unheard of, and AO Uno told me it would never work. You
Dang,
know?
really? Really?
He told me that ask him, and I asked him.
But he was saying that out of faith for the city. He wasn't telling
Well,
you like your
no,
idea wouldn't work.
he
How was
respected
he saying
my
like what was
no.
the
He wasn't rude. He
Okay.
respected my vision. I love Ao. He
Okay.
respected my vision. He was just giving me the real from his
Gotcha.
perspective
Gotcha.
because he's been here all his life.
And I could understand
And
his
there was
perspective.
so many murders that had happened, and so he was like, "Mama Scott, you talking about bringing this person over here and that person don't kill their cousin, and this person over here they don't kill their brother, and you don't see, and there's a lot of hurt going on, Mama Scott." So I was
Man,
like,
yeah.
"What y'all gonna do? Y'all just gonna keep killing each other?"
I mean, we was ranked I think the 13th most dangerous city in
Yeah.
Texas at that time, at that point
Yes.
in time. You know, I don't know where it is right now.
Hopefully far away.
I hope so as well. But man, at that time it was really heated around here.
Yeah.
So I could understand, and you know, being a Longview native myself, I could see where he was coming from the for the respect. I mean, not the respect, but
Realistic side of it.
the realistic and the support. You know, from
Yes.
the city. You know,
He just
so
didn't want me to get my feelings hurt, I think.
and invest and have your investment to fall apart.
Right.
I could understand. I could respect that. You
Yes.
know, but you know, you prevailed. The plan prevailed. It did what it did, and
Yeah.
it's still doing what it's doing, and
Yeah.
it's still growing. You know, and so now the Fast Bash done. We done moved over to Tyler, Texas,
Yes.
and you had a nice event out there in Tyler. I seen some of the
Yes.
clips, and Mo Henry she won,
Yes.
and you know you had a few celebrities come through, and
Yes.
one of them was Rainwater.
Ha! No, he didn't come.
Oh well, no, yeah, he was right. He was supposed to come,
Yeah.
and so
He
I w-
blessed us with not showing up.
yeah. I feel like they probably done more than what it would have done if he'd have showed up, because now I done heard him on was it Dallas Global Media,
Yeah.
and he made a mention of him supposedly being stuck in Houston and why he couldn't come to the show,
Right.
but he had your $500 supposedly is what he
Yes.
said, and it was supposed to be another payment once he arrived, but he never shot you back your deposit.
I
or
paid
whatever.
him in full. It was no back end.
Okay.
So to elaborate on that,
Please do.
since I've been doing this, he ain't the first fuck person that's I'm gonna say fuck boy. He's not the first one that have I would say reap the benefits behind me trusting, or me thinking that a person gonna really be like they say they are type shit, because I stand for what I stand for. But that's my fault with me coming in being gullible and naive to thinking that, hey, everybody gonna do what they say type shit, because niggas is the worst ones to trust, and I hate to say that, but if I tell you I'm going to do something, my word is my bond.
100.
And that's what it is. I don't, whether with a contract or without it, unless it's something that happens that I cannot control. And if that happens, I'm going to make it right. Still, I'm going to make it right. But I never had a problem with Rainwater at all prior to Fast Bash. That's the first thing. I didn't follow him on social medias to know that he was like he is. I learned all this really like afterwards. People like, you didn't know he was like that? I was like, no, because I've never had nothing bad, no bad experience with him. You understand what I'm saying? Because I met him, '03, DJ TB introduced me to both of them at the same time. So I never had a bad experience with him because I didn't deal with him. But the artists of East Texas, when I gave them the roster for the judges at the time, they were like, yeah, and Simply Mo was like, you need to get, she was one of the ones, like, you need to get Rainwater down here because he needs to see, we got we got it, because he's always like, they felt like he was like a condescending type of spirit, always speaking down on East Texas because he manages Dallas artists and or
Right.
whatever. But always just being real negative about us, so I was like, yeah, I want Rainwater. Like, yeah, so I reached out to him. And he said, yeah, let's work. He claimed he was on a plane that day. I said, well, I'm only paying $500 because you live right there in Dallas. Are you going to accept that? He said, yes. So I said, let me go on and pay that now, because that's how I am. If I got it right then, I just rather go on and get it done, secure you, and be over with.
100.
Not, and I don't, a contract is text messages, so I have a written contract by it. If I, this way.
Yeah.
But I'm not, when I talk to people about lawsuits and stuff like that, he's not worth my time to $500, you ruin a relationship and a business partnership or whatever it could have been behind $500, and I feel like you must have really needed it, but you could have asked me for it. I might would have doubled it.
Man.
But at the end of the day, I had it then. But at the end of the day, he accepted the job,
Right.
and his intentions was never to show up, if you ask me. You know, and yes, the hurricane or whatever happened, but that weather didn't start to Sunday. Everybody in Texas know that.
And I'm a real good judge of character. That's why when me and you talked over the phone,
Yeah,
and I feel like you a good judge of character as well.
yeah,
But when me and you talked over the phone, we locked in because I was like, okay, this spirit right here is a spirit that we probably have met
yeah,
somewhere else. And that's probably why I feel like we know each other. And I say that to say, I have never had any dealings with Rainwater, But just off of his interviews that I've seen, just hearing him talk, just out of the horse's mouth, he kind of just seemed like a snake, to be honest. He seemed like he kind of sneaky, and I heard him mention about he started out in East Texas, so he loved East Texas. I feel like if you ask me, he loved to get money out of East Texas,
that part.
and he ain't gonna put nothing back into East Texas.
He's a manipulative narcissist. Okay, and for anybody to treat somebody like me that really spoke highly of you everywhere I went, and I just wouldn't damage that with somebody that genuinely was a good person to me. First of all, you young enough to be my son, nigga, and I have no evil intentions towards anybody I come into contact with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even if you decided not to come, all he had to do was say, "Hey, I ain't gonna be able to make it."
And I felt like he wasn't
So
going. I felt like he didn't have any intentions on coming. How he answered the question,
yeah,
in the interview, he didn't have no intentions. He had excuses and all that, and he could have just shot you back your money and all. But
well, I think he keeps his algorithm going with having negative shit going on. So I was an opportunity for him to get his internet up again or whatever the case may be, because he studied me. That's the thing. He probably, y'all know me. So
we know you.
I'm going to get a reaction out of her because she's going to come after me if I do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
So if you're already in a slow lane, or you're already, this is what you're doing now to get your money, you know what I'm saying, is go to these interviews, or I don't get my living off of that shit. So I don't have to be a slimy grind ball to get views and ratings and shit. I ain't never been paid off of this shit as far as the internet. So my outlook on this shit is not like them niggas. Because see, they eat off of that.
Right.
I eat a different way. So if I'm on here, I've had people in the industry say, "Well, you don't want to do this because what? You niggas ain't paying me. Well, because what? I could be me because I don't have to look for you niggas to do shit for me. So fuck you." And that's how I feel about it, because at the end of the day, it creates a lot of slime balls and a lot of fuck people in this industry, because they're scraping to keep a certain, type of income, because you gotta get the views, you gotta get the reactions and the interactions to keep your lifestyle going. So I just I feel sorry for people that have to be that way just to eat. I eat a different way, and I don't have to fuck over people to do it. And that's just what it is. And, I'm going through shit in real life right now, fighting cases with these feds and shit, and I still ain't a grimy ass nigga. And I'm facing a lot of years. People don't know that. You're the first one to hear that.
Man.
So it's and I just still can never be grimy. And I don't regret nothing I've done. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everything I done from my heart, and it was God driven. And I don't do things without getting permission from him. So
100. Man, now you say you facing some years. I mean, damn, that you just hit me with.
Yeah.
My heart just, damn.
Yes.
I mean,
that's what it is, though, and it's not a secret. I'm an owner of a tax company. I have a trucking company with my husband. We own rental properties. Man, we got a couple of things going on outside of just the music, But one thing I've experienced, I feel, is once blacks get to a certain level, and it's not just in the entertainment industry, it's in anything we do. We got to fight with our own people hating on you. Then you got to fight with these white folks hating on you. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near like, fuck, bro, I might well just be broke. Shit, the fuck. Because I don't know who the fuck I should watch my back from. From the niggas I'm trying to elevate, or from these niggas over here that don't want to see me help elevate you niggas. And then y'all don't even see what a person trying to do, and then there's a lot of hate, a lot of envy. Niggas don't even know what they hating and envying on. There's so much to come with this shit. I don't wish this shit on nobody. Literally.
Man.
We came from slavery to being slaved in another area. They're whipping us with the pencil. They're whipping us with the paper. They're whipping us with incarceration. They're whipping us with putting up more prisons. They're whipping us with so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to be in a cotton field no more. You don't have to be. Because they whipping us with they're going to keep us at a certain level. Look at your Jay-Z's and all these people, even though they might have created that shit, they didn't want them niggas up there no way. That's why you got the Bill Cosby's that's don't falling down. You got all the R. Kelly's is gone, even though some of them created this shit on their own. But at the same time, look who they going after. Beyonce, them ain't safe right now. That shit just a matter of time. If it's anything there, they're going to find it. Unless it's involving them. A lot of them went to the Puff Daddy house, if you ask me. Because they knew their asses was on them fucking films.
And that's why they ain't. That's why he ain't incarcerated.
That nigga still around here bouncing around doing the jig. Think he worried? Cause shit, your ass on the film, bitch. Judge. You feel me? So it's a lot of that, but the things that I'm going through right now, as far as that's concerned, it affects a lot. It affects me mentally. It affects my family. Affects my label. It affects so much. It affects the community, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I got a lot of people that really fuck with us, genuinely. Shout out to all my genuine supporters, from the music to the tax company to whatever, just to meet just as friends, because I am who I am. I'm just a transparent person. I don't put on a face. I don't have to sit here and write a script. It's just off the dome. I'm transparent.
100. Yeah. I definitely can vouch for that, for sure. Now, in Texas, you done dealt with a lot of artists,
Yes.
celebrities, and just in Texas alone, you've dealt with two celebrities that I know we recently lost, and that's Beat King and Enchanting.
Yes.
And man, how does that feel? To know that you had some dealings with these artists and that they're gone now.
It affects me. It affects me bad because, when you got artists as kids, it affects them because they grow up or they friends with a lot of these people, and like my son DJ, he was like, when B King died, he was fucked up for like 2 or 3 days. He was coming there playing all this stuff, looking up his clips, looking up everything, because B King was definitely Houston for real, and then he just saturated the state and just flooded out into the industry with the hits that he made, and then it was just his spirit, and then him and DJ TB were best friends. So B King was a nice person, and then Enchanting, I introduced Enchanting to East Texas,
Yep, you did, because I knew nothing about her before that.
Yep, and I told East Texas, I told DJ TB, I said she finna blow. He was like, man, how you know the Mama Scott? This before she signed with Gucci Mane.
Yo.
I said, I'm telling you. Okay, don't believe me. And so I brought her here. She only charged me $800.
Okay.
Johnny Damn D was her manager at the time. Business went smooth. When she came here, she got a couple of features. We did from her. Chi Hindi and Trilly got one from her, and then Ro Tarantino got one from her, and I think True Virtue said he got a song but no video from her. So she really came and showed love to East Texas. I loved Enchanting, her voice, everything. It was hurtful to see her die at such a young age, and then just. It was really hurtful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And B King, he seemed like he fucked with East Texas real strong.
Man,
he seemed like he loved it out here, man.
He did.
I know you seen that one video. Was it in Dangerfield when them girls were eating them cucumbers?
Yep. I was like, B King, boy.
He had them wild.
Every time he have a shirt on, I had to look at his shirt and be like, "No, what the fuck you got on today?"
Yo, what is gonna say?
He had some wild slogans, boy.
Definitely a character, man. But yeah, you worked with prominent artists like Boosie and T.I. and more. Like what was it like working with artists like T.I. and Boosie? Like these are legends. Like
those, I would say the top 3 that's got the most motion that we've worked with. Well, it's 4 now. Was I'm gonna say T.I., Boosie, Sauce Walker, Big X the Plug now. So to me, those are like the biggest artists we've been blessed to work with, and to work with them, man, to get to know them all. All of them are different. All of them received me for being who I am. I come in. I'm not a shameful person. I'm not shy, and it
Not at all.
yeah, it developed. T.I. know me, and Boosie know me. It's a different feeling when you go to Atlanta, and be like, Mama's got. Yeah, I know Mama's got. Niggas can't say that, so I don't care what they say. They know he know Trilly, he know my kids.
100.
So it's just it was an honor to be able to kick it with T.I. and his family. I met Tiny and all his kids. We all did. Went to the studio, kicked it. I mean, nigga, what I'm saying, they can be able to do that. So just that in itself. Nigga, we made it, nigga. We in the shit. We in the building with Tip.
Nah,
Shit.
for real though.
So and what I mean by made it, we made what we wanted to happen.
Yo.
We didn't care about what other people thought, nigga. We in this room with this nigga.
Nah, for real.
Like on God, you know what I'm saying? So Boosie the same way. I been around Boosie several times. Not just once, and he's always Boosie, shit, nigga funny as hell.
Yeah, naturally.
But
yeah.
Sauce Walker, man, Sauce is funny as hell too, down to earth. And then with Sauce's history, he really respects me if I'm in the room. And if y'all know Sauce really be hard on hoes, like for real, like women, period.
Yeah.
And with me though, he's different. Like if I'm there, he like, hold up, my mom in the room. Yes, So he treats me a little different, and I love him for that, because he gives me a lot of respect. Him and the whole TSF team. Then Big X met him before he just really went. He went there so fast. Shout out to him and Kyle and the whole 600 family. Proud of him. Proud of Big X, because his personality and the way that he is, God shines and shows favor where there is room for him to put a blessing, because he ain't going to bless no miss. And Big X deserve everything he get.
100. Yeah, he do seem like a real genuine person, just by me. I don't know him, just by, watching him from afar.
Yes.
For sure, man. And speaking of prominent artists, we got 50 Cent building up Shreveport right next door to us, man. That's it. That's an hour away from us.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? I mean, he building something real nice.
Yeah.
Studio, movie, film, and all of that type of stuff. He's gonna revamp Shreveport. It's gonna be a real big tourist attraction. That should be good for East Texas.
Yeah, because we right around the corner. I feel like I just got my foot right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I know a lot of the people that are affiliated with 50, so I know one day I'll get a chance to meet him personally. Shout out to Curtis Jackson. But I salute 50 because, some people say, oh, he just came here to buy that because it was cheap. I'm like, nigga, money is not a factor for him. Like, he could, it might have went into a good business idea, but I don't see that. I think he came to Shreveport. He kind of maybe sensed the people there or seen the opportunity to make a lot of us better. And you come to a city where it's mostly urban, us, and he could have chose anywhere in the world. So, you had mixed feelings in Shreveport, because he was talking about taking a ratchet out and stuff. They were like,
oh yeah, I seen that.
It was a lot, but
yeah.
His intentions are really, really pure, and I can see that through Ray Charles' glasses. Right. So his intentions are going to actually bring a lot to Shreveport. I believe in the next 5 years, with him being involved, Shreveport would be on a bigger scale as far as like a tourist attraction, people wanting to come there, the money that'll be poured off into there if 50 hangs with it and keeps going in the way that he's going, and if the residents of Shreveport actually get in there and get involved. There's a lot of opportunities for them. Of course, he's going to bring his own people because he wants shit to go the way it's supposed to go. But there's still going to be opportunities that come off of that. That's what they got to understand. Like, the opportunity is there. I told him, hey, if y'all don't want them, let them come to East Texas. We'll take.
I'm trying to tell you, we're right down the street. Nah, for real.
We'll welcome him with open arms. Who wouldn't?
And then that statement, I was going to ask you about Hurricane. That was going to be the next thing. But he made that statement about him buying the land because it's cheap. And I'm like, that's what smart people do when they purchasing something. You want to get it for as cheap as you can get it. Yes. So why would he buy something that's already expensive? Or why would he go somewhere that's already built up and try to, build it up? If there's opportunity over here, why not build that up over there? So
yeah,
I feel like
I kind of was thrown off by that, but Hurricane have his reasons, I guess, for feeling the way he feels. Shout out to him. He's a legend out of Shreveport, truly. I mean, he's not dumb or nothing like that. I just feel
100.
like maybe it could have been carried over differently initially.
Right.
He should have just arranged a meeting with that man, knowing that man finna come there and put a lot of money off in there. There was no reason for the delivery to be that offensive and be that disrespectful
Yeah.
with somebody that is pouring off into you, because at the end of the day, people are talking about he gonna capitalize. That nigga don't need shit from Shreveport, bro. That's what niggas don't fail to realize. If you already
Right.
got a bag, what the fuck make you think I need something from you niggas?
I'm trying to tell you,
He just
man.
won a lawsuit for $300 goddamn million. But you niggas down there talking about some, oh, he come here to capitalize. Nigga, you can put all y'all niggas money together. Listen to me. It still ain't gonna add up to what this nigga got
Exactly.
on his petty fund account.
Ooh,
So that part need to go away. It's the mentalities that's got to change. So when you're not used to having, you want to stay down there. But if you really want to make it out of that shit, you going to change your mindset. I don't care how ratchet you is. You ought to get tired of eating the same shit day after day. You ought to get tired of going to the same shit with a dead end opportunity. If this man is coming down there and gives anybody hope, if it's not you, maybe your kids, maybe somebody in your family, your friends, somebody is going to benefit. Have a positive outlook. That nigga ain't gave them no reason to be speaking negative of him. Pulled off the biggest event in 4 days. I was there watching him from my hotel room. The dome lit
I
up,
was
boom,
there
boom,
too.
boom, all night long. He had buses running 24/7. You couldn't. You can. I'm serious. Like, it ain't a nigga. Never. Not never.
Nah, man.
Not never. In Now City, in the United States, don't ever pull off what that boy just pulled off.
I'm trying to.
Get that man his flowers, bro. Leave that man alone. If anything, they should have been all down there. Yes, I say that.
And I'm so glad I was able to witness that because, man, it was dope. It was a real nice event.
Nigga, I was swole on happy. I'm walking through the casino like, I wish y'all would, these white folks around. Y'all know it's a bunch of us down here this week, don't you?
And
You
then
know what I'm
and then he made a mention about. Then he made a mention. Hurricane made a mention about him paying the police. Now, this is my take on it, right?
Okay.
Because he already he's pouring into the city, and he's going to pour more.
Yes.
Now, he know that this is going to be a dope event, and it's going to be a bunch of black people that are 50 Cent.
Yep.
Why not pay the police and make it a hefty amount to keep them satisfied and happy? And listen, I was there.
Yes.
Niggas
I
was
was
smoking
too.
weed everywhere.
Just like
rolling
you
up
was
front of the
in
police.
Vegas or somewhere.
And they wasn't bothering
Nobody.
I was parked in the no parking zone.
Oh.
And I asked her, I was like, man, I got to run right here real quick. I ain't going to be able, we don't care. You know, that was just lax.
Yes.
And so I'm like, this is how you do business. You know what I'm saying?
On that part, you can't have an institutionalized mindset when it comes to that. That man could have spent $1 million on security and not make. Because this is what they fail to realize. He ain't getting it from y'all. Why y'all worried about it? Now, the thing is like whatever he spent on security, he felt like he needed it. Okay?
Right.
Because of the reputation that superseded Shreveport. You niggas is retarded down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, y'all know it. I know it. Everybody know it. Nobody likes to come down there and go, you don't get caught on her, Juella.
Yeah.
You don't get caught in certain hoods at a certain time unless you from that motherfucker. So,
Right.
he needed to have that for the ignorant ass niggas that would have came down there if it was lack of to destroy his investment. So, man, I shout out to Fit this shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
for
too.
real. So, when you say you don't need policemen, yes, the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? So, cause that's why y'all niggas was in line, cause you had them drones in the air. You had them snipers on them buildings. That's why he could walk around freely, and all them celebrities could walk around freely, cause if you step wrong, your ass ain't, you gonna be right there. I'm going right on down here in that CCC.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, he needed that. But this is the thing. If they think that's a lot of money for him to spend on security, right? Mm-hmm. $500,000, whatever he spent. If he's got $500,000 to spend on security, dumbasses, what you think he got for y'all?
Man, come on now.
Come on, bro. What do you think he's planning on investing in y'all? He's one of us. Don't separate that and use that as a tool against somebody that's going to sit and be an asset for a city that's been hurting for decades.
Man, it's been
Don't block
dilapidated.
your blessings.
And then they say he a culture, Hurricane, again say that he was a culture vulture. If it had been a white man, this would be no conversation. We wouldn't be sitting here talking about it at all because nobody would be griping.
No.
It had just been happening, you know. And he had to pay for their security, like you said, man. I was at the Louisiana State Fair in Shreveport a couple of years ago with my family, my fiance,
Yes.
and my 2 kids at the time, because I got another one now.
Right.
But we was there, and as we was leaving, we heard gunshots, you know. And I'm there with my family. It was just beginning to be sundown. It
Right there
wasn't
by
even
Queensboro.
sundown. Yeah. Now, when I was there for the Humor and Harmony Fest, it was none of that going down.
Not one report.
Not no violence at all throughout the city. They reported none.
Well, they say it's back now. They say it's back acting monkeys now.
And then turn back up, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
Heard that straight out of Shreveport, residents' mouths. But, I feel like, if it's not involving you, why do we care what he's spending? And you bitch before you even get a man an opportunity to see what he's gonna do. Ain't no way I piss Curtis Jackson off right now. Ain't no way. Not even knowing what his intentions is. They say he's the second largest owner of properties in Shreveport right now. Now, come on. You gonna go piss somebody off that owns more than any nigga down there, except for one person ahead of him? Out of all you niggas in Louisiana, Shreveport, I said he is the second largest. But y'all want to bitch and complain? Well, hell, them buildings been down there for how long? Y'all could have bought it up.
By the time it's over with,
yeah,
he probably gonna own some more.
Gonna be the first. Gonna be the number one owner in a minute.
I feel like because he had made a post about Bozier not wanting to have him over there, and I feel like Bozier gonna want to do some. They seen what happened, and he probably gonna buy some of that boardwalk.
Nah, Bozier is a totally different.
They ain't fucking. You don't think
cross
so?
that bridge. Bozier, I told you. Nah, Bozier cross that bridge. They're a different breed. I mean, and that's just everybody know this the wrong place to do anything in is Bozier. So
okay,
Bozier is a it's white driven. You know what I'm saying? And Shreveport is nigga driven. So at the end of the day, now keep that shit over there. We don't care what the fuck you doing, 50. Keep them niggas cross that bridge. We don't want it over here. Type shit.
Okay.
Unless they at these casinos. You know what I'm saying? So they can come over and do these casinos. We got this Brookshire's Arena over here that y'all can use temporarily. But guess what? They have plenty of security out there when they doing stuff at the Brookshire Arena. Nobody says nothing about that because we have to. That's why you don't have the problems in Bozier, because they know Bozier will lock your goddamn ass up and won't blink twice. So, yeah, I just feel like, man, shout out to Shreveport, man.
Shout out to Ratchet City, man.
Yes.
I could feel how they could be a little bit, have a bad taste in their mouth about him saying, no more Ratchet, because Hurricane made a statement to Whack 100. He was like, how would you feel if we came to Compton and said no more Bumpton, or, you feel me, or... And
I don't think he meant it to be like derogative.
So either.
You know what
I don't
I'm saying?
think so either.
But I can see how they would feel too if they've been there all that time, and that's what they take pride in. Because everybody knows Shreveport for Ratchet City. Everybody know that because that's where the ratchetness come out. Yeah. Just go to the St. Vincent Mall somewhere, you'll see. But at the end, and they're comfortable with it, and I'm comfortable with them because it's just our people, who we are. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's our culture down there, right?
100.
But shout out to Big Fella, shout out to Bebe, because they're all of them from there, and Big Fella did a lot for that event. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sure a lot of other people did, but he's one of the artists that I know of down there. Shout out to Papa Hussein. Just so many of them. And shout out for the ones that didn't get to make it that's from Louisiana, like Tech Lou Wop out of BR. I think that Fredo Bang did come and perform, though. So Louisiana got their sauce, though.
No, for sure. Yeah. So before I let you go, you voting? Or you a voter? You in the politics?
Not really. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because people like, well, everybody need to go vote. Me personally, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Yeah, I'm gonna beat the polls down. I'm gonna do this. No, I'm not, because I don't have faith in neither one of them.
100.
I just don't. That's just me personally. All of them say what they gonna do before they get in there, and you get in there and the 4 years go by and the same shit over and over and over. So it's like, man, I don't lost my drive to be like this, that, and the other. Shout out for the ones running, Trump and Kamala. Hey, I wish them both the best, but at the end of the day, I just serve one God, and hey, that's who I depend on, and whatever His will gonna be done anyway. So
yeah, I definitely agree 1,000,000%. But we got a lot of people out here trying to shame people into voting, especially since we have a quote unquote black woman that's running, and then we got people like Plies.
Yeah,
Did you
Plies
hear?
strong on it.
Oh man, Plies, he seemed like he buck dancing hard. He trying to shame black
Yeah.
men and into voting for, and he even made a mention of I don't hate black women that much, as if us not voting or wanting to vote for one person equates to everybody. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, how you feel about that? Celebrities or just anybody at all trying to shame people into voting?
The influence that they have, it'll go so far, but people gonna do what they want to do, regardless. They might can tell you something in your face and still go check something else on the ballot. So at the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do. I don't know. I feel like they should throw away both candidates and come with some fresh ones. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
put 50 Cent name on the ballot. Hell, I'll vote for him right
Nah,
about
for
now.
real though. You can write it in.
The people want to vote for Trump, those that want to vote for Trump, because Trump is going to do what he's always done. He's a money person, bro. He gonna put that money back out here. So especially the oil fields and stuff, we gonna have that money flowing, and that's what people are needing. We
Yeah.
need the money. So I hear all the morals and I hear all the 30 some charges this nigga don't got. And actually, I hope this reached Donald Trump. Get me out of this situation, because you got way more felonies that I'm fighting right now. How the fuck you finna run for president? But at the end, maybe I need to be running for office or something so
Send
they
this.
can pardon my black ass.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all send this to Trump. Add him in the comment section.
At that nigga.
Nah, for real though. Nah, for real.
He pardoned Kodak, pardoned Mama Scott down here in these Texas shit.
Yeah, we finna make that a movement. Shit. Hell yeah.
But before we get off here, I just want to say shout out to my artists, my husband, my family, Bugatti Casino, who is currently incarcerated, Tech Luwab, Rico Reckless, just everybody, just anybody. If I missed anybody, just shout out to everybody that have been a part of everything that we've been doing. Everybody. What's the young man name that you had the feature with? Feature.
Oh yeah,
OTB Fast Lane, which you never pushed our shit, bro. But and that was a goddamn hit. You know what I'm saying? So, but they always use the fact, oh yeah, I'm dropping my album. I can't. Nah, bro. People spend money and time with y'all artists. That I want to say that push they fucking music. Big X, you too. Tell Universal, whoever. Yeah, we need our shit pushed, bro. Like, people spend money for that reason. You got people that's spending money, spending time, and they are attaching themselves to certain artists because it's an investment. So before I get out of here, if a person get a feature with y'all, push those artists, bro, or don't take their money. At least you can do is advertise for them and drop it on your page. If it ain't no hell, tip drop DJs. Hell, what the fuck?
Yup,
So
I seen it.
It's just. Boosie dropped 1Ks, and we had a lot of massive people to actually do what they say. So if a person believe in you, the least you can do is believe in them.
Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Do you think that maybe the labels prevent them from posting, or do you think they gonna use that as an excuse? They gonna use they label. Hey, my label ain't. They can't let. I'm on restriction, man. I can't.
We'll never know. That's the thing. Like and you just never know, because some niggas, when they make it, they like, if you're not part of my clique, and I don't owe you that, and I ain't gonna help these niggas get on. I did this to get this point, and a lot of people feel like they don't work their asses off, and if they expose you, it's gonna take away from them, or they feel like, why give you that big of a jump on something when it took them 10 years to get there. So if I get them all my people, it's the cheat code, right? But that's not it. I just feel like if a person's spending bread with you, then make it clear, I'm not going to market you.
Right.
It's up to you, or whatever. So, and if you're an artist, get you a contract. That's one of the things that I fell short on as far as doing business with a lot of people, is specifying the things that my artists wanted. It's a learning process. And a lot of things that I didn't know cost us a lot of shit tremendously. All the way down to a goddamn producer up there in Texarkana trashing my entire label's music.
Damn.
And he'll always remain nameless with me because I never, it's been hurtful shit, bro, that I've been through. Learning process. I always have you a backup. I always take you a drive with you to your recording sessions. Never depend on that person recording you to keep your music files.
Yeah.
Have a backup plan. People will play dirty with you for real.
No, for
So,
real, for real. I did, and I stressed it to my artists. I try to remind them ahead of time, because it's been a lot of times where I've lost a lot of footage. Like I got hard drives on the side
yes.
of this just crashed. I got my grandma's funeral on one of them bad boys crashed. You know, so sometimes it's just good for you to have your own
Yes.
flash drive when you come to the studio, and you know that way you can have your own backup because
Yes.
anything can happen.
Yes.
You know. So, but yeah,
Before you leave, get your session and get it done right then and there. That way you
yep,
have it.
for sure. Did you have anything you wanna?
We covered
We
everything.
covered
Let me
everything.
get that drop.
For
Okay.
sure, for sure. Well, that is right there, man. Mama Scott, Teams TV. We got a hot one in the bag. Matter of fact, before we go, where can they find you at?
They can find me on all platforms as Mama Scott, Marnitha Reese Scott on Facebook. The rest of them are Mama Scott on Threads, TikTok, Snap, everything you could think of, IG, Twitter. All those are Mama Scott. And
That-
shout out to Simply Mo too for being our first place Fast Bash winner too. I just don't want to leave without saying that.
Shout out to Simply Mo.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Well, man, it's been great. It's been dope. It's been epic. I appreciate you for pulling up the Teams TV. Until next time, we about this thing.